Hi guys, still alive. Some of you gave me up for dead, but I just got a little bit busy. But I thought I'd pop in here and show you my first test pin. I got all the screws in there. I do have some issues. I traced those old scales to make the new ones. And first I wanted to show you this wedge I was talking about here. I don't know if you can see it very good. It's not really a wedge at all, it's more like a spacer. This sucker's the same here as it is back here, which makes the back look really fat. Let's see if I can get the light better here. Nope. I still have some sanding to do on the scales. Let's see here before this thing gets wild on me. And let's see. It's still fat on this side. The outside edge, I always have a tendency to make it kind of fat. This bolster here kind of comes up. I've just already decided not to make the scale match the bolster, or it's going to come in out of shape. And I'm afraid if I take too much off, then everything's not going to fit, so I'm going to work around that, just leave that. Still needs to come down a little bit. This one needs to come down a lot, which you can see better from the end. God darn it. Okay, let's get that out of the way before we break that blade. This side's looking pretty good. I'm happy with this. You can see I got it pretty darn close to the edge of the scale on both of these. So it's just the other side I have to work. I don't know about this spacer, if I'm just going to take it out. I'm thinking about just leaving it. I'll listen to you guys' opinion on that. It rides a little high here, but I'm going to have to go back and look at the pictures and see if it did that in the other ones. I can't imagine I'd have to lower this pin down to the bottom almost to get that to drop in any farther. I mean, there's a little bit of, I don't know what you call it, geometry there that would, I'd drop this down 1/16 of an inch, it'd probably drop it down 1/4 of an inch on the other end maybe, but that's the way it was on the other one. This bolster came out really good. It's sitting real low. Almost blew it there. Could still bring the front down some. I might try and roll this though. The other thing is too is I have these test washers in here, so it's pulling down on the back. So I might need to shape the brass a little bit and then repin them up again with the screws and see how it looks. One thing I can tell you is that even when it does this on the test pin, if I glue this down, when it goes down, it's perfect. This one's even out of shape. This is the one that was wiped out. Not too bad. Can you see the difference? No curlicues? Curlicues. But it doesn't catch the eye because it's not all lopsided. Now I just cut that one curlicue off, and I could probably straighten it out with a file a little bit better. So I'm thinking about all that. Need to shape this, and it might be just twisted in there a little bit too because it's hanging off of that side. This one had a lot of play in it, in fact. I'll show you here real quick what I mean by play. I didn't know which hole to use. It has 2 holes for the pin, which is another one of the little anomalies this razor had. So because this was all buried in there, I don't know if it was during the process they did that and they had to re-drill it. It's the only thing I can think of is the bolster got sunk down in there and they tried to just repair it with the drill. Had to re-drill the hole out or something. I don't know. But like I say, you can see this one's a little bit crooked here. I could get after that with a little file and clean that up. I just chopped that off with a Dremel and haven't really done anything to it. So I'm pretty happy with it for the first pin. First test pin came out pretty good. Like I said, a little bit fat over here. maybe some shaping of the brass right here. And how I do that, back to my little toys again, I use the smooth side and just comb that over like that. I'll put it on the old sanding block here, down tight, and just roll that sucker down in there. I have gone as far as to stick paper underneath there, and like one piece of construction paper or something, so that it holds it up and gives it, so I can push it down. There's lots of different ways. It's metal, real thin metal, so you can do all kinds of things with it. I'm going to show you here. I don't know if I showed you this before, but these little devices here, these picks, are dental picks. They're smooth stainless steel, so I can take and push this, and especially on the rubber, it has a little bit of give, so if I push, I'm not going to say really hard, but hard, push down on that, that'll bend, put a divot in the other direction, and it'll bring things in. You know, you do that in a few spots. Like the pin, where the pin goes through, that's a little bit warped. That's another reason why they flip up like that, because this back part was bent up. So if I get that nice and smooth, just keep fitting it, fit the brass to the scales. Like I said, the sanding is all done on this end. If I sand any more off, it'll be too short. And like I said, this side's looking good, this side's still a little bit fat, so I'm getting close. I haven't exactly decided how to glue these on perfectly. The shaping is no problem, but I think what I might do is lay a piece of masking tape across there and then plop it down and hold it right on the masking tape. As you can see, these should glue up pretty good, because it's just a matter of when I do that, and I'll show you. I'll try and show you. I don't know if I'm going to be able to video and glue these at the same time, because it's kind of a hair-raising experience. But I'll put a pin in it like that, and then when the glue's on it, you just try and come in like that and plop her down and hold it and be done with it. You don't have much time, so that's about how that whole process goes when you got the glue on. Nice even coat of glue, and wham, and that's it. And then once I get them all glued, I'll do a test out of the glue when I polish these, because I forgot to polish them in the beginning, dang it. So I'll be doing a little bit more polishing than normal after it's glued on. But I don't think that'll be a problem, because I've gone after some that are and polished them that were already done. So if you get enough glue on there, you don't have to worry about snagging. That's all feeling pretty smooth, actually. Oh, there's one spot, that little pop. So I'll bend that down a little bit when I put that back on. But that's the way I do. First test pin, going pretty good. Me checking in, letting you guys know I'm alive. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.